Lewandowski is the best striker in the world.
Lamine buscando el remate desde ahí. ¡Golazo espectacular!
Clinical. Rafinha picked him out so well, but Fermin still had plenty to do.
Nicely done by Lamine Yamal through the legs of Diego.
Europe should be worried about this Barcelona side.
They are destroying teams with confidence.
This attack looks absolutely stunning.
Every move feels sharp and dangerous.
Barcelona are playing unbelievable football right now.
Eto'o and scores it brilliantly. Absolutely gorgeous.
In one single night, at Camp Nou, against a side that came to Spain through the UEFA Champions League knockout rounds with belief, with organisation, with genuine quality, and left absolutely destroyed. Rafinha. Minute 6, Marc Bernal. Minute 18, Lamine Yamal from the spot just before halftime. Fermin Lopez. Lewandowski again. And then Rafinha, because apparently once wasn't enough, made it 7. Newcastle came into this Champions League tie having earned their place at this stage. They belong here. Nobody gave them this. They fought through this competition to reach the last 16, and they showed up at Camp Nou ready to compete. Anthony Elanga pulled them level twice. For 15 wild minutes, this felt like a real contest, a real European battle. But Barcelona broke them anyway, piece by piece, goal by goal, minute by minute. 7-2 on the night, 8-3 across the tie. A team that had every right to believe they could go through gone, eliminated, sent back wondering what just happened to them. This was not a football match tonight. This was a warning. And if you are a coach sitting in Munich, Madrid, Paris, or anywhere else in Europe right now, watching this footage, you are not sleeping well tonight. Because what Barcelona just did to Newcastle is exactly what they are planning to do to you. This is not normal football. This is different, and Europe is shaking. Stadium Section 1 setting the scene. Let me paint the picture of what happened in those first 45 minutes, because it was absolutely wild. Rafinha strikes in the 6th minute. Camp Nou erupts. But Newcastle don't collapse. Elanga answers in the 15th. Marc Bernal makes it 2 for Barcelona. Elanga answers again in the 28th. 2-2 aggregate level. Suddenly this feels dangerous for Barcelona. And then VAR. Penalty. Trippier on Rafinha. Confirmed. Lamine Yamal, 17 years old. Champions League knockout stage. 80,000 people watching. The weight of an entire tie on his shoulders. He put the ball down, stepped back, and buried it. 3-2 at halftime, 4-3 on aggregate. Barcelona ahead, but only just. Barcelona came out after halftime and made a decision. No much drama. No more back and forth. Just execution. Fermin Lopez goal. Lewandowski goal. Lewandowski again. And then Rafinha came back to remind everyone who the main character of this story is 7. The 7th goal. Camp Nou was shaking. Newcastle was standing on that pitch completely empty. Their legs gone, their heads gone, their game plan destroyed completely. There was nothing left to give because Barcelona had taken everything. Cross Section 2, the attack breaking Europe. Let's talk about the attack, because this is where it gets genuinely frightening. Rafinha, this man is playing the best football of his life, and he was already one of the best players in the world. But right now, Rafinha is operating on a level that feels almost unfair. He scored tonight. He scored in the first leg. He is constantly pressing, constantly moving, constantly finding pockets of space that shouldn't exist. He is the engine of this attack, the aggression, the directness, the relentless desire to go forward. When Rafinha is in this form, defenders don't sleep well. Lamine Yamal, 17 years old. 10 Champions League career goals. He celebrated his UCL milestone tonight like he'd been doing this for a decade, because in his head, he already has been. This kid plays football without fear. He doesn't see pressure. He doesn't feel the weight of the occasion. He just plays. And the scariest thing about Lamine Yamal is not what he's doing right now. It's what he's going to do over the next decade. Europe is watching a superstar being born in real time, and right now he's already here. Fermin Lopez, pure energy, pure quality. The kind of player who can receive the ball in tight spaces, turn and shoot before a defender even processes what's happening. His goal tonight was clinical, sharp, completely Fermin Lopez. He is one of the most underrated players in European football, and nights like this are slowly, permanently changing that. Marc Bernal, 20 years old, scored tonight at the Camp Nou in a Champions League knockout tie. Let that sink in. 20 years old. He's not playing like a kid trying to survive at the top level. He's playing like he belongs. Like he's been doing this for years. His positional intelligence, his reading of the game, his ability to contribute in both phases, this is a generational talent emerging right in front of us. Robert Lewandowski, 2 goals tonight. He is 37 years old. He is playing in the Champions League knockout stages and scoring twice in one game. People spent the last 2 years writing him off too old, too slow, past his best. And every time someone writes that piece, Lewandowski scores a brace and makes the entire narrative collapse. He is still elite. He is still lethal. And the thing that separates him from most strikers in the world is not just his finishing, it's his movement, his positioning. The way he pulls defenders out of shape so that the space opens up for Yamal and Rafinha and Fermin to exploit. Lewandowski is the chess master inside the chaos. Together, these 5 players are not just a good attacking unit. They are a weapon of mass destruction. Brain Section 3, the Flick factor people talk about the players. But you cannot talk about this Barcelona without talking about Hansi Flick. This man came to Barcelona with a reputation built on intensity, pressing, and fearless football. And from the moment he arrived, he has transformed this team's mentality. He didn't just give them a system, he gave them a belief. Under Flick, Barcelona press like wolves. They don't sit back. They don't wait, they hunt. The moment they lose the ball, the entire team attacks the space around it. And when they have the ball, they move it with purpose and speed, not just passing for the sake of possession, but every single pass designed to break lines, create angles, and find the final moment. The proof of that philosophy is tonight's scoreline. Since the reopening of the Spotify Camp Nou, Barcelona have been unstoppable, winning all 12 of their home matches. 12 games, 0 defeats. At home, this team is simply on a different planet. And now, they are in the Champions League quarterfinals, playing football that is drawing comparisons to the greatest Barcelona sides in history. Globe showing Europe Africa Section 4. The warning to Europe, let me tell you something. The managers of the teams still left in this competition are watching tonight's footage very closely. 8 goals across 2 legs. A team with pace, organization, and genuine quality completely dismantled. Not just beaten, dismantled. The kind of performance that makes opposition coaches go quiet in their post-match press conferences because they don't quite have the words. This Barcelona attack is not just creative. It is ruthless. There is a coldness to the way they punish teams. When they smell blood. When a defense makes even a small mistake, this attack is on it instantly. No hesitation, no waiting, just execution. Rafinha pressing high, forcing errors. Yamal cutting inside, creating panic. Fermin arriving late into the box at exactly the right moment. Lewandowski finding space that shouldn't exist. And Bernal providing the link, the tempo, the intelligence to keep everything moving. This is not normal football. This is a system built for destruction. And the thing that should worry every club remaining in this tournament is not just the quality. It is the confidence. You can see it on their faces. You can feel it in the way they celebrate. These players believe they can score against anyone, at any time, from anywhere. That kind of confidence is the most dangerous thing in football. Fear doesn't live in this Barcelona squad. It lives in the squads they are about to face. Red Section 5, the emotional core, but there's something deeper here than goals and tactics. There's a story, because 2 years ago, Barcelona were in financial crisis. They couldn't register their own players. They were selling assets, scrambling for survival, watching their greatest era fade in the rearview mirror. The club that had defined modern football, the club of Pep, of Xavi, of Messi, was on its knees. And now they are building something new, something different. They are not trying to recreate the past. They are not trying to build another Messi or another Xavi. They are building their own identity younger, faster, more direct, and more ruthless than anything they've produced in years. Lamine Yamal is not the next anyone. He is the first Lamine Yamal. Marc Bernal is not trying to be Iniesta. He is his own player, with his own story, writing his own chapters. And Rafinha, a player many people doubted would ever truly fit at Barcelona, has become the heartbeat of this team. This is not the rebirth of an old Barcelona. This is the birth of a new one. And for every fan of this club who sat through the dark years, the financial chaos, the heavy defeats, the endless uncertainty nights like tonight are not just about football. They are personal. They are emotional. They are proof that the club they love came back stronger. Music direction, emotional swell, cinematic crescendo building to final line, so here we are. Barcelona, quarterfinals of the Champions League, 7 goals in one night. 12 wins from 12 at Camp Nou. An attack that is terrifying the best defenses in Europe. A manager who has rebuilt this team's soul. They are not chasing attention. They are forcing Europe to pay attention. And the message being sent tonight from the Spotify Camp Nou is simple and clear. We are back. We are dangerous. And we are not done. If you believe this Barcelona side can go all the way and win the Champions League this season, comment Barca down below right now. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This team is only going to give us more nights like this. Don't miss a single one. Like the video, share it with every football fan you know. And I'll see you in the next one. Visca el Barça, Blue Red.